It's hard to imagine that it was just 10 months ago that ChatGPT first came out. And it's clear that something new is happening in our industry and far beyond. I started at Microsoft when our mission was to put a PC in every home and every desk. And today we have a vision for a Copilot that can empower every person and every organization on the planet to achieve more. We believe Copilot will fundamentally transform our relationship with technology and usher in a new era of personal computing, the age of Copilots. This is as significant as the PCs in the 80s, the web in the 90s, mobile in the 2000s, or cloud in the 2010s. And now, as we stand here today, we have a couple of new capabilities. To me, there are two real underlying technology breakthroughs with this new generation of AI. The first is that we now finally have a new natural interface. And it starts with language, but it's going to quickly go beyond that, right? You have to see, to hear, to interpret, and make sense of our intent and the world around us. And a new reasoning engine, which helps us make sense and find patterns in all that is digitized, right? Which is people, places, things. And together, they have created what is essentially a new category of computing. Just like you boot up an operating system to access applications or use a browser to navigate to websites, you will invoke a Copilot to do all these activities and more, to shop, to code, to analyze, to learn, to create. This requires that what we think of today as separate categories, search, productivity, operating systems, devices, all come together and evolve. So the context and intelligence of the web, your work data, and what you're doing in the moment on your device are presented together in a single unified experience centered around you, informed by your preferences and permissions. But it's a lot more than that. We think there's also an opportunity beyond work and life to have one experience that works across your entire life. After all, you're a salesperson by the day, a musician by the night, a manager and a parent, a shopper and a creator. And this requires a real rethink, a user experience scaffolding that cuts across devices, operating systems, and applications. And that's what brings us here today. That's why today we're announcing Copilot, our vision for everyday AI companion for you. Copilot is one experience that runs across multiple surfaces, understands your context, brings the right skills to you when you need them. It adapts to you. You no longer have to be the orchestrator of your apps, operating systems, and devices. We are building Copilot into all of our most used products and experiences and allowing you to summon its power as a standalone app as well. From Bing and Edge to Microsoft 365 and the newest version of Windows, today we will show you how Copilot can make your life better. And we're introducing exciting new Surface devices that bring together these innovations and innovation in silicon, hardware, and software all coming together. So with that, I'll hand it over to Yusuf and the team to show you more. Thank you all very, very much.
You got to buckle up, because we're going to show you a lot of new innovation and capabilities. First up, I'm excited to share that Copilot will begin to roll out as part of a new Windows 11 release starting on September 26th. This release will have over 150 new features, and I believe it's the most ambitious update to Windows 11 since we first released it. None are more important and profound than what Satya just mentioned, the introduction of Copilot, your everyday AI companion. Now, as you can see, Copilot is going to have an energy, and approachability. It embodies our vision for AI to be in service of you. It's a handshake between you and technology, available when you need it and out of the way when you don't. It'll anticipate your needs, and increasingly, it's going to understand your intent. Now, we plan to make Copilot seamlessly available across all of our apps and experiences that you use most. Starting today, with one of the most important, Copilot will be available on the Windows 11 desktop. And with a single click, you can launch Copilot, and your AI companion is instantly available. It's informed by what you're doing on your PC. Copilot will also be available across the entire Microsoft 365 offerings. Here you see it in PowerPoint, in Excel, and in Teams, with the power to harness all of your work data and intelligence. And of course, we're going to have Copilot in Edge, ready to help you across your entire web experience. And Copilot is built on top of Bing Chat, so you can harness the full power of the internet. Now, it's not just an app or a chat window. It's woven throughout your entire experience. It'll reveal itself with a right click, or you can invoke it with your voice. But what really makes it come to life, of course, is Copilot in Windows. And here to tell you more is one of the leaders of our Windows engineering team, 𝗂𝗏𝗁𝗁. Welcome, Carmen.
Thanks, Yusuf. I am so excited to be here. Because Copilot is built into Windows, it has a view across your applications, the web, and even your devices. And with that understanding, can help you get things done more quickly and efficiently than ever before. Think about all those little things you love in Windows, like copy and paste. What if Copilot could take those things and make them even better? Now, you can copy, paste, and do. Let me show you what that means. Here you see a long email. Oh gosh, what a wall of text. I'm trying to figure out the places around this venue that I can go visit while I'm here. I see those places in this email, but I wonder how far these are from here. It doesn't say. As soon as I copy the text, Copilot appears and offers suggestions for what to do next. I really just need it more readable, and I want to know how far they are. In seconds, all of this information is neatly organized. And it even tells me how far away each location is, doing that research for me. But I only want to see the options that are less than a 10-minute walk away. And it does that too, by translating from miles to minutes. Did you see that? I said I wanted to walk, and it knew that telling me how many minutes was a lot better than telling me how many miles. That was so easy. Next, let's talk about how Copilot works across your devices. Copilot on Windows has context from your phone. So it's easy to find the information I need from a text without spending time searching through hundreds of messages. I'll be back in New York in October, and I'm trying to remember when my flights are. I know I have that info in my phone, so I just ask Copilot, please find my flight info. And as you can see, Copilot has the flight info from my texts on my phone in Windows. I want to catch a play while I'm in New York on that trip, so I asked Copilot to write a text to my husband with the list of plays that are happening. Copilot uses the information about the dates of my flight that it found on my phone. It also finds the plays going on during those dates and that have available tickets. And Copilot texts that to him right from my PC. Now that really felt like an assistant. Thank you.
To tell you more about the advancements that we're making in Bing and Edge, I'd like to introduce to you one of the leaders of our search and AI team, 𝗂𝗍𝗂𝗃.
Thanks, Yusuf. When we launched the new AI-powered Bing and Edge in February, we wanted to solve for the fact that roughly half of over 10 billion daily searches go unanswered. People prefer to get answers versus a page of links for many of their questions. We've had over 1 billion chats to date, and with our combined leadership with ChatGPT, we've learned a lot about how people are using and benefiting from these incredible tools. Today, I'm excited to introduce several incredible new features coming to Bing and Edge. One of the most valuable and yet underserved categories of search is shopping. Let me give you an example. My nephew loves playing soccer, and I want to get him some new cleats. I'm not an expert, so Copilot in Microsoft Shopping will guide me to find the best pair by asking smart questions like his skill level, which is not something I would have thought to consider. Next, it asks me to choose the type of field he'll be playing on. I can even compare my options of top-name brands from thousands of online merchants. I can get summarized reviews, including the pros and cons of the shoe, and Copilot gets me to a recommendation. I can even find the best price and online promo codes. You can see that in Edge, we have built-in coupons and cashback, making it incredibly easy to save money when you shop. The shopping features in Microsoft Edge delivered more than $4 billion in savings in the past year. I'll also be able to use a photo or saved image as a starting point for my shopping. My nephew saw a pair of cleats that he loves and sent me a picture. I can use that picture to quickly find something similar. A bit flashier than what I picked, but regardless, Copilot for shopping made it so easy for me to make a confident purchase. It's like having my own personal shopper. Now let's talk about one of the most exciting capabilities of AI. Another thing we've learned is that most of us tend to repeat many of our searches for topics on a regular basis. We each have our interests or hobbies like photography, sports, movies, travel. But modern search and chat rarely take recent activity into consideration when generating a response. To help you get the answers you care about faster, we're introducing personalized answers. This means your chat history can inform your results. Here's an example. I'm looking for something to do this weekend, and you can see that Bing remembers earlier conversations I had about sports and my golden retriever. It takes these earlier conversations into consideration to infer that I may want sports-related or pet-friendly activities. With just a single prompt, Bing brings me personalized results from across the web that matches my interests. Of course, you also have the option to turn it off. Now let's talk about one of the most powerful ways in which Bing and Edge are leveraging AI to transform how people get things done at work. Today, I'm excited to announce a new suite of features coming to Bing Chat Enterprise, which is now available in Edge mobile app. With Bing Chat Enterprise, I can rest easy, knowing that my confidential work data is protected. Let's say I'm an architect headed to London to pitch a client. I just learned that my client has updated the specs for the building, and I need to redo our pricing and some of the materials we plan to use. No problem. While waiting at the airport, I can ask Bing on my phone to write me a few paragraphs to reflect these changes, and in no time, I've got a great starting point before I board the plane. Finally, now you can also search with images and create images in Bing Chat Enterprise with multimodal visual search and image creator. Let me show you an example. I grabbed a power converter before I left for the airport, but I'm not sure it's the kind that works in the UK. Fortunately, I can simply take a picture of the one I packed and ask if this will work in London. Bing is going to use GPT-4 and its image recognition capabilities to understand both the question and how it relates to the image to get the answer. All right, looks like I packed the right one, so I can relax and enjoy the flight across the pond. Copilot-powered Bing and Edge are transforming how people use the internet to search, learn, and create. Now let's take a look at how we turbocharge your productivity and creativity with Microsoft 365. Welcome, Colette.
Thanks, Divya. Time is our most precious resource. And perhaps nowhere is Copilot better poised to tame the complexity, eliminate the drudgery, and help people reclaim time than at work. I'm excited to share that Microsoft 365 Copilot will be generally available for enterprise customers on November 1st. In March, we showed you how Copilot can unlock productivity and unleash creativity in the apps millions of people use every day across work and life: Word, Excel, PowerPoint, Outlook, and Teams. Copilot makes you more creative in Word, more analytical in Excel, more expressive in PowerPoint, more productive in Outlook, and more collaborative in Teams. Today, we're introducing a new hero experience in Microsoft 365 Copilot, Microsoft 365 Chat. It's like having someone attend all your meetings, even the ones you skipped. Read all your emails, including the ones you missed, know what's in every single file, and recall it all at the speed of light. But seeing is believing, so let's jump in. Let's say you're a marketer at a national chain of home improvement stores. You start your day with Copilot, asking what's hot in your inbox today. It does some thinking and gives you an overview of the most pressing items. Great. Looks like the new store opening could use your attention. Let's dive in deeper there. Copilot gets to work combing through all your recent emails, meetings, even the ones you didn't attend, chats, and files to get you up to speed in moments. Now, this is pretty sophisticated. It didn't just summarize a single document. It knew what sources to pull from and what information to extract from each. Next up, you need to do some market research. Let's say you want details on square footage and proximity of competitors to your new location. Now, typically, this would take a few hours. Now, you can just put Copilot to work. It scours the web, And within seconds, it finds everything you're looking for. Note that it includes references to all the sources, so you can easily fact-check the results. Okay, you're curious. How does this stack up against the other stores you opened in the past year? Copilot identifies the relevant stores, crunches the numbers, and gives you an answer. You just saw a complex, multi-step process where Copilot understood your intent, cross-referenced information from the web with your unique universe of data at work, and connected the dots to give you just what you needed. This is all working code today. Just imagine doing this with your data. Okay, now I'm excited to introduce one of my favorite new features in Outlook, Sound Like Me. It's going to take this email from good to great. Let's hop over to Outlook to refine the email. So you like this draft, but it just doesn't sound like you. With Sound Like Me in Outlook, Copilot can personalize any email to match your unique style and tone of voice. It even gets the subtle details right, like how you sign off your emails. It's time to book your travel so you can be at the grand opening. Now, booking travel can be a hassle. What if you could reserve the same flight and hotel as your coworkers using just your own words? Copilot can connect to all sorts of business data. In this case, we're using a plugin to connect with your travel booking system. It matches their itinerary, and with that, you're all set. It's off to the grand opening. We want to help everyone learn to work iteratively with AI and get the most out of Copilot. Introducing Copilot Lab, a new experience that will help people build new work habits for a new AI-powered era of productivity. Copilot Lab is a place to experiment, to learn the art and science of prompting. You'll learn how to turn a good prompt into a great one, share your favorite prompts with coworkers, and get inspired as we all learn to work in this new way together. Now, the need to be creative doesn't stop when the workday ends. Let me show you how I use Copilot in my personal life. I love fall. It's my favorite season. Let's say I'm planning my neighborhood's annual fall festival. Microsoft 365 Copilot helps anyone bring their idea to life, and we're making it easier than ever to get started. I just tell Copilot what I have in mind for my fall event. Again, this doesn't need to be formal or even fully baked, just enough of an idea to get started. And it takes me to Word, and my first draft is already there. With Designer integration in Word, I can easily create custom graphics right in my document. I ask Copilot to generate a banner and customize it by selecting one of my photos. Okay, that header looks great. Let me show you more. To do that, I'll pivot over to the Designer app. Designer helps you quickly create stunning visuals using some incredible new features powered by OpenAI's DALL-E 3. Let's say you want to erase an unwanted object in the background, like these people right here. Just hover and click. Okay, I love this image in the corner, but I wish the photographer would have shot more of the trees. Now I can expand the image to fill the frame. That's just what I wanted. You can even add an entirely new object. It's as simple as using your imagination and your own words. Maybe I have too many pumpkins here, so let's add some sunflowers. Terrific. We want to help everyone unleash their creative superpowers. I'm excited to share Microsoft 365 Copilot is now in preview with a select group of consumers and small businesses.
Thank you, Colette and Divya. Now let's turn our attention to where this innovation really comes to life, on new, beautiful, and powerful devices designed to accelerate these incredible AI capabilities. And we're excited today to show you what's next. To tell you more, please welcome the leader of the Surface product team, Brett Ostrom.
This is Surface Laptop Studio 2, the most powerful Surface we have ever built. Unmatched productivity, versatility, and creativity, all in a single laptop. The original Surface Laptop Studio was the most performant device we had ever shipped, and this one is twice as fast. With an Intel 13th Gen i7 H-class processor and NVIDIA GeForce RTX 4050 and 4060 GPUs, For designers, engineers, or 3D artists who need professional workloads, we also offer NVIDIA's RTX 2000. All that to say, this device powers graphics-intensive workloads with ease. With NVIDIA's DLSS 3.5, you get sharper textures, smoother gameplay, and more realistic lighting. And the HDR boost for increased peak brightness. Our 14.4-inch screen looks absolutely amazing. It sounds great too, with spatial audio from Dolby Atmos on our powerful Omnisonic speakers. And whether you are a gamer, a designer, or a developer, we designed Surface Laptop Studio for you. Now, not only does it have a great GPU and CPU, but there's one more processor that I want to tell you about. It's the first Intel NPU on Windows, bringing you Windows Studio Effects. Now, let me tell you why that's important. Surface Pro 9 5G set the AI benchmark, and now we extend that to Laptop Studio 2. This is Windows as a platform scaling AI silicon experiences across the entire ecosystem. Now, we're also excited to tell you about the haptic touchpad on Laptop Studio. It is out of this world. It has precision, comfort, and the perfect feeling click across the entire touchpad. And best of all, it was designed with inclusivity in mind. We are proud to announce that it is the most inclusive touchpad on any laptop today. Solomon from our inclusive design team is here to share more.
Thank you, Brett. I was born without fingers on my left hand, and that has caused me to use my right hand for double duty my entire life. And it's wearing out. I'm developing issues that most folks get later in life: arthritis, repetitive stress injuries, and a weaker grip. To rest my right hand, I need to move activities to the left. Mousing is a struggle. Touchpads don't respond to my left hand. As I move my hand across the touchpad, the cursor does not. This is a barrier. As a mobile professional, I can't carry an entire ergonomic setup with me everywhere I go. It forces me and others dealing with similar disabilities to just work through the pain. But for the first time ever, this new precision haptic touchpad makes it possible for people like me to use a laptop in the way that is most natural to us. I toggle on adaptive touch, and all of a sudden, it responds to my hand. I can even resize the right-click region to turn the touchpad into a large 2-button mouse. I cried the first time I got to use this, because as a product maker, it showed me the amazing things we can do when we include the disability community. And as a member of that community, it was amazing to see myself reflected in the products that we make. Voice Access provides a touchless experience. The Microsoft Adaptive Accessories and Copilot reduce the number of clicks and keystrokes necessary to complete a task. We are empowering people to use their devices in ways we never could before. Thank you.
Thank you, Solomon. We love that Surface Laptop Studio is providing everyone with more ways to work, learn, and create. To share more, I would like to welcome Adrian to the stage.
Thanks, Brett. There's really no other laptop out there where power and versatility come together quite like this. Let's see what that means using Adobe Photoshop and their new generative AI tools. So first, I'm going to move the screen down here into studio mode. Pull up this photo I took. This is Obi-Wan. He's my dog nephew. I'm going to zoom in here. I can interact naturally with touch, and I'll pick up my slim pen, which is always stored and charging under the keyboard. Now, I want to make a few changes here. I'll remove some of these buildings, clean it up a bit. Just like that, they're gone. Now, I took this photo on my phone in portrait, and I want to get it into landscape. And using Adobe's tools, I can just select the image and kick off generative fill. So what's happening here is Adobe Firefly, generative AI, is essentially going to infer what this picture would have looked like if it were taken in landscape. Think about it like cropping an image, but in reverse. It's super powerful, something that would have taken me hours before, now takes seconds. So again, this is what we started with, and this is what we did in just a few seconds with no keyboard, touchpad, or mouse on the new Laptop Studio. Now let's switch gears a bit and think about the performance of this device. Surface Laptop Studio is an incredible tool for creators. We're achieving up to 2 times more graphics performance than the MacBook Pro M2 Max. But let me make that real for you in the life of a 3D designer. I have a model open here in Blender. It's a popular open source 3D creation app. We're going to do a bit of a side-by-side comparison of a real-life rendering workflow. So I'm going to kick it off here right now. I'm rendering the same exact model on both devices. It's from a short film by Blender Studio. It's an animated image, so it's super demanding on the GPUs. The speed in which it's rendering here on the Laptop Studio, it's going to really show off the power of the device. And when combined with the versatility of a touchscreen, pen, and 3 modes, it truly is the ultimate device for creators. It looks like the Laptop Studio has finished here, and the Mac is still going.
Pretty fast, 37 seconds for the Surface Studio to finish. What can we do while we wait for the Mac?
Do you want to run a 7 billion parameter model locally?
Let's do it.
All right, so let's check this out. This is the Llama 2 LLM running locally on Laptop Studio. It's a generative language model, and it's trained on 2 trillion tokens that you can chat with. It's pretty awesome. So if you're a dev, you're going to want to run large language models like this locally. And to process these AI models, you need these powerful GPUs. As you can see, it's running seamlessly on Laptop Studio.
Awesome. It looks like Surface Laptop Studio 2 twice as fast as the MacBook Pro M2 Max.
Pretty amazing.
Thank you, Adrian. The team and I are pumped about these devices. They're both available October 3rd. Pre-order starts today. We can't wait to see what you can do with Copilot, Windows 11, and Microsoft 365 on Surface. Thank you. Now, Yusuf.
That was awesome. I've got a birthday coming up. I got to put that laptop 2 on my list. Today, you saw how we're going to build Copilot as your everyday companion that'll help you work across your entire life. Whether it's shopping or planning a vacation, creating design, or getting ready for a meeting. You also saw how we're leading with new hardware to accelerate this vision for AI. And this is just the beginning. You're going to see us continue to add powerful capabilities to Copilot throughout the year. We believe Copilot is going to fundamentally change how each of us interacts with our technology. But for us, it's not just tech for tech's sake. It's about connecting that innovation with the needs of every person and every company on the planet, because that's our mission. We can't wait to see what you and the world are going to be able to do with these new capabilities.